Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday. My name is Jason Allen. I am a real estate planner and realtor in Palm Springs with Keller Williams Realty, and I am bringing you market statistics on a weekly basis. This week, I'm focusing on Palm Desert. It's my practice to share my screen, and if you give me just one moment, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring up the latest statistics. Now, I can tell you this is a changing market. We have definitely seen some softening, and there's no doubt about it that some pockets of the desert are changing quickly. So today we're focused on Palm Desert. Palm Desert is 3 cities away from Palm Springs. It's Palm Springs and then going eastward, Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, then Palm Desert. You can either go there by the 111 or you can go there by the 10. But we're going to start with single family dwellings. Unit sales are down slightly from a year ago. Remember, in these charts, we compare the most recent finished month, so August in this case, with the previous August, and we are still seeing homes sell. There's no question about that. To be down 3.5% is like one house, maybe. We are seeing prices change, though. So, for example, comparing our median sales price from this August versus August of 22, median, once again, is the house that's sold in the middle. Half the house is sold above, half the house is sold below. 649. That's almost 20% off of August 2022. We have inventory slightly down, but not significantly. And I would say that our inventory is what's at least keeping some prices stable. Like, remember, we do have half that are selling above this. If I scroll down, we see our days on market is up about 28% compared to last year. So at 51 days, before that, it was more like 35, whatever that quick math is. Now, our list sales price for those homes that have not taken a price reduction is still almost at 100%. But what that means is that while prices are down, those that are selling their homes are actually pricing them correctly to get them sold in this market. Those that have had to take at least one price reduction, still only off about 4%. Here's what my point is, that while prices are down, you can't expect to come into this market as a buyer and ask for a whole lot more, because you won't get it. Now, in the cases where houses don't seem to be adjusting their price appropriately, sure, they're going to sit longer. They're the ones that are going to be here in terms of days on market at 84% or going over 90 days. So they're going to be in the 100, 200 day if they're not adjusting their price to reality. But the rest of them are going fairly quickly. And we can see that by saying, those that are coming on and getting an at or above sales price, almost, 41%, I won't go say to half, but a lot of houses are selling at or above their ask price. So while prices are down, and we look at this, we see sellers are adjusting appropriately, especially when we see this. So these are people that know they have to sell, want to sell, price their house, and then aggressively, and then have people come in and make multiple offers. And some of that is because our inventory is still only at roughly 3 months. I mean, that's not a lot of houses. If we had no new inventory come on today, it would take 3 months and we'd be sold out. We'd have nothing on the shelf. Now, this is also curious. Median sales price, the whole sales price versus the median sales price per square foot is only down 10%. Some of that can be skewed based on size of house. If you think about it, a smaller house is going to have a higher price per square foot compared to a much larger house. So I look at that as an indicator. I don't hang a lot on the median sales price per square foot. And then returning to days on market, 40% of houses are selling within 30 days, 75% are selling within 60 days. This 75% includes that 40%. And then we got 84% are selling within 90 days. And that 84 includes the 75, which, as I said, includes the 40. Let me jump over to condos. So here we are with condos. Unit sales in Palm Desert of 34. That's down 20% compared to a year ago, August. Median sales price is actually up slightly, not significantly. I would consider that at par. Inventory is down slightly, not a lot of condos, and certainly compared to just a few months ago when we had quite a few more condos on the market. Days on market is up. So 49 days is the average. And, a year ago, it was more like 30. So it's a lot. It's bigger. It's a bigger number. Not terrible. If I think back to 2018, 2019, before COVID hit, it was common to see 80, 90, 100 days on market. That was just how we rolled. Sales price to list price. We're still seeing about 97% of the whole asking price. That's also reflected in the median sales price, in as much as that sellers are responding to the market. They're holding steady with their prices. So again, you're not going to come in and get these steep discounts off the list price. These folks have taken at least one price reduction, and they're at 95% of their original ask price. Sales above list price, 38%. So again, sellers have responded, and then buyers see value and they go ahead and make a multiple offer. You have a multiple offer situation. 2 months, a little over 2 months of supply, not a lot. It has increased, but it's not a lot. Median sales price per square foot down a tick, hardly much. 45 days, 45% of the listings sell within the first 30 days, 73% within the first 60 days, 88% within the first 90. And as I always point out, in this case, there's 12% that are going beyond 90 days. They may go on forever, or they expire, they cancel, but somehow they drop off. And then the last chart that I always like to show is from the good folks over at Chicago Title, Christian and Shauna Bailey. I like this because it breaks things down into quartiles. First of all, they have this sort of thermometer here, or speedometer, showing that it's still slightly a seller's advantage. That's largely because we see the inventory is low, and then you have that percentage that are going at or above asking price. Let me jump down here to these quartiles. You see the high end skyrocketed in 2021, and it's come back some. It came back some, and now it's on the downward, and it's sort of bumping along here. High end is always going to take the biggest hit. Just fewer people in that market segment. But if you'll notice, for the rest of these, while things are down from a year ago, this is that dip. Oops, let's go on to this one. For some reason, it's hooked onto that one. You see, we are sort of running stable at this point. And then if we break it down in terms of median price, here's a sense of square footage. One thing I want to point out here is 21 days for homes that are under 500,000 makes perfect sense to me. That segment always runs strong. And in 2023, it's under 500. In 2018, it was under 400, maybe under 300. You get the idea that these are, in some ways, entry homes into our market, or homes that, for example, a couple is selling their house in another market and they want to be in a smaller house here, live a very easy lifestyle, so to speak. They don't have a big house to maintain, that kind of an idea. And then you get, as you go up a little bit, you see this next price point around $1 million, and those are only on the market 38 days. So when we look at average days in this other chart, let's say, this doesn't distinguish between condominiums and single family houses. But if we jump over here and we look at, in this case, these are these are the condos. It's like when we get down into the averages here and average days on market, it's a blending of these numbers here. So it becomes very specific, and it's why it's important to work with your realtor when you're coming into this market or you're trying to sell out of this market to understand what your condo, your house in this price point is doing in your neighborhood. That wraps up my presentation for today. As always, I would love to have a conversation with you about real estate. I love what I do. I love assisting folks. And diving into numbers like this keeps me abreast of what's happening in our market. Until next week, take care.